The silence was louder than gunfire. Ryan sat at the head of the long black conference table, chin resting on her palm, eyes narrowed at absolutely nothing on her tablet. The screen had gone dark 5 minutes ago, but she had not noticed. He was too busy spiraling. Heesung had not spoken to her since last night. Not a word, not a glare, not even his usual cold presence. And that was worse than yelling. Across the room, Ryan, her assistant, confident and professional instigator, stood pretending to organize files while very obviously watching her implode. This was new, terrifyingly new. Ryan, Mafia queen, feared by half the city, CEO by title. Chaos by nature was sulking. She sighed dramatically. Ryan bit his lip to stop himself from smiling. He's dying, he murmured under his breath, and it's not even bullet related historic. Ryan glanced up sharply. I hear that. Good. Means you are still alive. She threw a pen at him. He docked easily. You have been staring holes into the tablet for 20 minutes. Ryan said, leaning against the desk. Want to tell me why our beloved Ice King had suddenly decided to become mute? Her jaw tightened. He's mad. That narrows it down to every day. She shot him a glare. He found out I went to the club. Ryan winced. Oh, and that I got drunk. Oh, and that I drove home alone. Oh no, and that I almost crashed. Ryan straightened. Ryan, he found out from the guards. She continued bitterly. Not from me, because apparently I have a talent for bad decisions and worse apologies. Ryan crossed his arms. You scared him. I know. And then he exhaled sharply. Then we argued. Ryan raised a brow. Define argued. I said things, she muttered. Things as in things I didn't mean. He nodded slowly. Oh, they push him away before he can leave me. Classic. She looked away, and now she continued, voice quieter. He won't even look at me. Ryan hummed. Lee Hee-sung, Mafia Lord, CEO, emotionally constipated. Ryan, he's giving you the silent treatment because he's scared. Ryan said simply, and because if he opens his mouth, he'll probably chain you to the house forever. She scoffed. He would not dare. Ryan smiled. He absolutely would. The door to the office opened briefly, guards moving in and out, but not once did Hisung appear. Vance felt chest tight. This is the first time, she said suddenly, that I feel like I am losing my mind. Ryan grinned. I have waited years for this. She shot him a murderous look. You are enjoying this way too much. I really am. She stood abruptly, pacing. He's in the bedroom, she muttered, probably pretending I don't exist. Ryan tilted his head. So what's the plan, boss? She stopped walking. Her eyes flicked to the gun secured at Ryan's side. Then back to his face. A slow, dangerous smile formed. Shoot me. The room froze. Ryan blinked once. Twice. I am sorry, what? She stepped closer, lowering her voice like she was discussing quarterly profits. Shoulder controlled, clean. Ryan stared at her like he did finally snapped. Miss Ryan, he said carefully, I enjoy my life. I would like to continue enjoying it. I said shoot me. No, Ryan, no. She grabbed his collar, eyes blazing. He has not looked at me in a day. He has not yelled. He has not threatened. He has not cared. That's because he is trying not to lose his mind, Ryan argued. And this, she said sweetly, will fix that. You are insane. Temporarily, Ryan ran a hand through his hair. This is blackmail. You love me, I tolerate you. She leaned in. I'll give me attention now. Ryan stared at her, then sighed. God help me. The chaos was fast, messy, terrifying, and entirely Ryan's fault. She sat rigid, jaw clenched, while Ryan prepared with shaky hands. This is the stupidest thing you have ever done, he muttered. Statistically untrue. If he kills me, I'll hunt him. The sound startled even her. Pain flared, sharp, burning, but brief. She gasped, fingers digging into the chair. Ryan catch her immediately. Ryan, shit, are you? I'm fine, she hissed, dramatic, not deadly. Blood seeped through the fabric. Ryan paled. You are bleeding. Yes. Thank you, doctor. This is going to end me. She laughed weakly. Relax. HEESEUNG will be too busy losing his mind. The bedroom was too quiet, not the peaceful kind. The kind that pressed against the ears until thoughts got loud. HEESEUNG sat on the edge of the bed, legs spread, elbows resting on his thighs, phone loosely gripped in his hand. The screen was dark. He had not checked it in a while. He was not waiting for the message. He was pushing himself and her. Last night, he played on a cruel loop in his head. The guard's frantic voice, the report of her reckless drive, the image of her laughing it off like she had not almost died. He wanted to shout, to grab her, to shake sense into her. Instead, he had gone silent because if he opened his mouth, he would have said something he could never take back. The door opened beside him. Soft, careful. He didn't return. Wine stepped inside slowly, closing the door with more care than usual. She stood there for a second, watching his back, waiting for any sign, any acknowledgement that she existed. Nothing. Her throat tightened. She took a step forward. The pain in her shoulder pulsed faintly, but she ignored it. Physical pain was manageable. This was not. HEESEUNG, she said quietly. No response. Her fingers curled into fists. He walked closer, every step feeling heavier than the last. This was the longest he had ever ignored her. Longer than any argument, longer than any fight. She stopped a few feet away from him. Still nothing. Her eyes burned. She blinked hard, forcing herself not to cry. She hated crying, especially in front of him. She shifted slightly. That was when he finally looked up. And everything changed. His gaze lifted lazily at first until it landed on her arm. The color drained from his face. His phone slipped from his hand, hitting the floor unnoticed as he stood up abruptly. What the hell is that? His voice was low, tight, controlled in a way that terrified her more than shouting ever could. She opened her mouth. I. He crossed the room in seconds, grabbing her wrist, not rough but firm grounding. I asked you, he said, eyes locked on the dark stain spreading through her sleeves. What the fuck is that, Wyan? She swallowed. It's nothing. His jaw clenched. He guided her to the bed anyway, pressing her down gently but disbelief. Sit. She obeyed. His fingers hooked into the fabric of her sleeve and tore it open without warning. The sound of ripping fabric echoed too loud in the room. He froze. The wound was not catastrophic, but it was precious, clean, intentional. Too intentional. His eyes darkened. This is not an accident, he said slowly. This is not sloppy. He looked at her sharply. Who did that? Her heartbeat thundered in her ears. No one, she said quickly. It's not. Wyan. She shrugged weakly, forcing a crooked smile. An occupational hazard. His expression hardened. You think I am stupid? She looked away. He ran a hand through his hair, pausing once before stopping in front of her again. His anger was there, but underneath, it was something worse. Fear. You disappear for hours, he said tightly. You drink, you drive, all like you don't care if you make it home. And now this. He crouched in front of her, eyes level with hers. This is the third time this month you have gotten hurt, he said. Third. Are you even sure you want to leave, or are you just daring that to keep up with you? She laughed softly. It came out wrong. Maybe, she said lightly, eyes flicking up to his face. If you keep getting angry at me, I won't feel like surviving. The words hit harder than any bullet. His face went completely still. Don't, he said quietly. Don't ever say that. He stood up abruptly and turned away, walking to the wardrobe like he needed distance before he shattered something or someone. He yanked it open, grabbing clean clothes with rough movements. You don't get to joke about dying, he continued, voice straight. Not when you know exactly what it does to me. She watched him silently. When he came back, his anger had softened into something more dangerous, raw concern. He knelt in front of her again, hands steady, now as he cleaned the wound. His touch was careful, almost reverent, like she was something fragile despite knowing better. This could have been worse, he muttered. A centimeter off and... But it was not, she said quietly. He shot her a look. That's not the point. He wrapped the bandage slowly, making sure it was secure, his fingers lingering just a second longer than necessary. Why? He asked, without looking at her. Do you keep doing this to yourself? She hesitated, then whispered, because you stopped looking at me. His hands stilled. The room felt smaller. I thought, she continued softly. If you stayed silent any longer, I'd disappear. He finally looked up. His eyes were glossy. I never stopped looking, he said harshly. I just didn't trust myself to speak. She reached out, fingers brushing his hair. I got your attention now, she murmured. She leaned into her, touched despite himself, resting his forehead briefly against her knee, like he needed proof she was real. You already had it, he whispered. You always do. HEESEUNG's hands lingered on her shoulder as he secured the bandage, his dark eyes studying every tiny reaction she made. The way she flinched at the slightest movement, the little smirk she tried to hide when he looked too serious. He could not stop himself from leaning closer. You know, he muttered, voice low, teasing even though it carried that sharp edge. If you are trying to get my attention, there are safest methods. Vian tilted her head, pretending to pout. Safer, she echoed. Voice soft, playful. I thought this was affection. HEESEUNG's lips twitched, half in annoyance, half in amusement. Affection, maybe. Stupid, absolutely. He leaned back slightly, but didn't let his eyes leave her. His gaze heavy with unspoken affection. And Ryan, her smirk grew. Well, Ryan helped. His brow shot up. Ryan helped. Do I want to know how? Let's just say, she said lightly, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. He was the willing accomplice in my little plan. She let the word plan stretch just a touch, watching his reaction. HEESEUNG stared at her for a long moment, lips pressed into a thin line, before sighing sharply. I can't believe this. Third time this month. And you go out for your way too. He cut himself off, running a hand through his hair. His gaze softened as he studied her. You are impossible. I know, Ryan whispered, leaning back slightly, enjoying how his attention was fully on her now. But you love me anyway, right? Heesung's jaw twitched. I hate that I can't stop looking at you, he admitted, voice low and rough. You are infuriating. And yet, she teased, sliding a finger along the edge of the bandage. You are still helping me. I am not just helping, he said, voice dropping even lower. He carefully lifted her arms to help her out of the ruined shirt, his hands brushing hers in the process. I am watching, making sure you don't do anything else stupid while I am here. She let him guide her, standing slowly as he handed her a clean shirt. She tucked it over her head, intentionally letting it linger on her shoulders, giving him an unobstructed view of the wound. Heesung's eyes darkened, but there was a subtle smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. You are enjoying this? Are not you? He murmured, leaning slightly closer, making me watch every little thing like some obsessive guard. Ryan laughed softly, teasing maybe, but it works, doesn't it? Heesung exhaled sharply, a mixture of frustration and amusement. It does. But you are lucky I don't strangle Ryan for even thinking he could help you. Ryan's fine, she said lightly, sliding her shoulder into place as he adjusted the bandage on last time. He did exactly what I asked. And now she paused, looking up at him with playful eyes. I have all your attention. Heesung's gaze softened completely, and for a moment, he just took her in a way. She smirked, the tiny curve of her lips, the spark in her eyes. This is dangerous, he muttered, but his voice held more warmth than anger. You are dangerous. Maybe, she said, stepping closer, voice gentle, teasing, but you love it. Heesung's lips twitched, and he shook his head, letting a small, weird smile break through. I do too much, he admitted, finally letting himself lean in, brushing his forehead against hers. You are impossible, and I love every damn bit of it. Wyan laughed softly, leaning into him, whispering, good, because I did this on purpose, all of it. Heesung froze for a moment, eyes wide, then he pulled her closer, careful, exasperated, and utterly captivated. You really are insane, he muttered, voice low, teasing, but I can't stop watching you. And you never will, she whispered, back, smirking. The air between them crackled. Anger, relief, amusement, love, all tangled together. After, for once, the silence was gone.